Hello and welcome to Joy at Work. Karen Volo here, your Chief Joy Bringer and Director of Evolution Academy, where we are bringing joy to the workplace. And in today's video, I want to share with you how we are redefining leadership and heading towards this, what we like to call dynamic leadership. And if you look in the past, when we were going through the Industrial Revolution, we needed to have a very hierarchical corporate structure because we had to have certain tasks done at certain times. And what we're seeing right now is kind of this transitional phase where we're heading to a much more networked environment, a much more connected environment where we don't need as much hierarchy. And in this situation, you have the opportunity to be able to empower employees and empower people. And when you are able to do this, you're able to bring out the best in people. And if we kind of compare the two different models, when we look at the industrial model with this hierarchy, a lot of it was often management by fear, right? And they would walk around and it would be a very, negative environment for people where it was all about profits and greed and, climbing up the ladder to be, at the highest at the top and just a lot of negative, dysfunctional type of behaviors inside of an organization. And as we're seeing that kind of falling apart and coming to a more sustainable model of building a business where you have people that are stepping into their purpose and their passion and bringing their talents into the organization, you have the opportunity to create an environment where people can also be what we like to call these dynamic leaders. And the dynamic leader is not necessarily someone who's managing people or is in a typical leadership type of role. Dynamic leaders are people who feel empowered that they can make a difference. And I can give you a great example here where there was a receptionist working at an advertising agency, and she started her new role and was answering the phones and basically greeting the clients as they were coming in the door. And she was very friendly on the phone, and she asked her manager if she could have a little bit of a budget so that she could start putting fresh flowers inside of the reception area. And she was just a receptionist, right? But her positivity had this huge impact where the customers started commenting as they were calling in on the phone or coming in, how welcome they felt and that she was just such a positive person and giving such positive energy as she was greeting them into the company. And it started to spread inside of the organization as well. And so you can find people that have, these roles that might just be something, just the janitor, or just the, receptionist, or just the cook, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But when they have this feeling of empowerment where they are fully engaged and they love what they're doing and they know that they can make a positive impact, they can actually have this positive influence inside of the organization as well. So the question, I guess, really comes down to when we're looking at dynamic leadership is, do you have an environment where people can really step in and feel like they're making a positive impact and have a culture where people are able to make decisions and take initiatives? One of the things that we found in looking at HCL Technologies when we were writing our book Engage was that one of their major transformations was that they actually put their employees first and the customer second. And Vinit Nair wrote a book called Employees First, Customer Second, and talked about the journey of how they shifted that company from 2006 to 2012 when he was in the role of CEO and what they had implemented. But empowering your employees to be able to make decisions. I can see lots of examples out there where employees don't feel empowered, so they feel stuck, and then they can't give the customers the service that they really need and deserve because they have to go by the rule book. And of course, you do want to have, procedures and processes in place, but you also, I think, need to have the flexibility to give people the ability to make decisions. And I see that in a lot of organizations where they are fully engaged or, working a lot with engagement, that they do allow their employees to become these dynamic leaders as well. And so basically, it's just shifting leadership a little bit in the way we're looking at leadership so that you can empower people to take decisions and have that positive impact as well. So I hope you are enjoying this series, and I hope that you can think of, first of all, for yourself, are you what I would consider kind of a dynamic leader? Are you someone that brings out the best in people? Are you allowing people to step into their full selves? And is your organization doing that as well? And, again, if not, what can you do to kind of start to shift that, or how can you work with that? Have a fantastic day today. Think about this and, think about ways that you are making an impact in a very positive way, and know that you can step into that even more so and figure out ways that you can, do that on an even bigger scale. So have a wonderful day, and we'll be in touch again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.